Lucifer is for sure one of the most famous TV shows due to its incredible charm and unbelievable story. But we must not forget the excellent stories that were happening behind the scenes too. It's not easy at all to be the devil, right? And that's exactly what the crew finds out about when operating with the effects needed for the scene. But it's more than obvious that their hard work has paid off. So stay with us and find out about Lucifer behind-the-scenes secrets. All together with magnificent visual effects, thrilling anecdotes, and super talented casts, this show has become one of the most popular ones amongst the others. Besides that, the behind-scenes make the show so popular among the fans eagerly waiting season by season to see what's going to happen next. Since it became one of the most popular TV shows, everyone is curious to find out what was going behind the scenes in the actual making of the show. Now we're about to find out everything due to this topic. One of the things for which Lucifer is well known is its excellent visual aesthetic and marvelous effects that the production uses. Knowing that the actors don't have their own set of wings, nor that Tom Ellis has a scary, disgusting face that represents the actual devil, it's obvious that a huge amount of effects is used with the use of CGI and VFX. But it's also known that it's not that easy to make these effects look natural as they are in the TV show, and that's quite a problem, both among the cast and the production. Despite the fact that the huge blockbuster films such as Avengers Endgame had a budget of a whopping $356 million, that allowed them to waste a great sum on jaw-dropping effects such as Thanos' enormous chin and Fat Thor, unfortunately this TV show doesn't have that lavishness and luxury with its $54 million per season, which may seem a huge number for us as viewers, but for TV shows such as this one, that doesn't mean anything. On the contrary, it doesn't leave space for them to finish the job in the best professional way. That gives us the picture of Lucifer being economical once in a while and trying to find practical ways to perform the wanted scenario with the needed effects.
Well done, brother. Well done.
Since we all know that Tom may have the face of a real angel, he doesn't possess any wings, so the production crew needed to waste a lot of money on a virtual set for the actor to get one. Actually, the production wanted to eliminate the wings, but after thorough and deeper consideration, they concluded that it's way better to find a way and still implement the ways because they estimated that it's going to be worth the cost, and they were absolutely right. And with that, they made the greatest decision ever. On one hand, these wings are a huge budget issue, and on the other hand, they're really hard to create and construct. The VFX team needed to invent the whole concept from scratch, which in the season 3 finale was quite difficult to do. In that season, at the finale, Lucifer needed to use his enormous wings to shield Chloe from the bullets that were literally raining down on them. For creating this scene, they needed to risk a lot, and it was one of the most demanding ones in the show. Believe it or not, it took them more than 2 months to create that scene, with the rendering time for a soul frame that took approximately 6 hours. And in the TV production, that time scheme means a whole eternity. On top of that, the VFX team challenged themselves to create a different range of feathers with several effects on them to present the stages of being hit by the bullets coming from above. 16 alterations of texture were used just to make the wings look as authentic as they turned out to be. All of that made them a huge cost, and it was way time-consuming, but after that, they still decided to save some cash, and instead of Lucifer flying out of the scene like Superman, he suddenly disappeared in the smoke like Batman because that's cheaper and saved them money. On top of that, he's not the only one with wings. Another angel had to lose his wings, not because the story asks it, but because they didn't have enough budget to afford another pair of wings in the show.
It's impossible. Oh, God.
Furthermore, the Lucifer's devil face was also a very tricky task. The face is prosthetics, but after that, they add VFX to give it more depth and intensity. The enormous explosions and crashes were VFX because obviously it costs a lot to destroy one real functional building. But for scenes that included gunfire, they used firecrackers, and they also used various effects in the season 3 finale. Fun fact, the building they were doing the scene was a real functional building with people living inside. So believe it or not, the production paid them to leave the building until they finished the filming.
What are you?
That implies the fact that the crew was in a race against time to finish the scene before the residents come back and got caught in a crossfire. In fact, some of the actors were injured from those scenes. Some of them don't have stunt crew for those dangerous fight scenes, they instead need to practice the whole choreography all by themselves. Some for sure found it really interesting, but caught some scratches and bruises along the way. Initially, the show was shot on the cheaper west coast of Canada, or in other words, in Vancouver, all that opposed to LA, where filming a movie there costs an arm and a leg. LA is one of the most expensive places you can film a movie, but after season 2, they decided to move the show to the City of Angels and continued filming there, where the producer stated that the city is magnificent and it actually serves as one character. Believe it or not, the character Lucifer, supposed to be American despite the fact that the actor Ellis was British-born, the rules had been broken. But afterwards, they decided that the character talking American English would sound more brutal and rude, so they let him talk a little bit more British. And let's be honest, they didn't make a mistake at all.
The great Lucifer Morningstar, but you're not, are you? You're just Samael. Stop calling me that.
When talking about the cast and their connection, they seem really friendly, connected, and as they're enjoying their company. And that's more than obvious. Look at them making various videos, dancing around, having the time of their life. They seem like they have a perfect relationship as a cast in the show. On top of that, they love playing pranks on one another. For example, they let the crew's meat and platter tray that they actually had for lunch to be turned into a piece of art that looks like the show's devil face. That's so hilarious. It's more than obvious that this show brought numerous stars, such as the one and only Tom Welling. Even though he virtually retired, they somehow convinced him to go back on the little screens. And he accepted without doubt. So can you imagine how powerful the devil actually is? The production decided to bring this magnificent actor into the show, and he was so easy to convince since he immediately said yes. Furthermore, something more about Lucifer is that his kids don't care at all that he's a famous actor, and that is weird and unreasonable. Every kid would love to have a father such as Tom Ellis. On top of that, did you know that he loves music? Not only that, but he also is an actual singer and musician. Yes, he's a great musician in real life, and on top of that, he's a master of the French horn. How amazing is that?
Your skin makes me cry.
On a related note, we wanted to know which part was your favorite one from our video. You can tell us in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.